Let's go. It's your back, it dey keep passing. It dey bring out the best in me. I dey feel your recipe. Make you give me that recipe. Fine, fine. Yeah, you fine. You so divine. I dey feel you die.
What's happening, people? We got a new episode of Awesome Entertainment. All right, we got an article on Yahoo says Marvel just doomed its hottest new movie to failure. Now, I don't know what the fuck movie they talking about, but we're going to find out. Marvel fans are hoping that Avengers Secret Wars will right the sinking ship of the MCU, both by delivering an Endgame-style extravaganza and by rebooting this aging cinematic universe. Unfortunately, one reliable Marvel scooper has revealed that the studio will be marketing their hit film in a way that's sure to annoy mainstream audiences. With 4 trailers? Is that what y'all talking about? According to Alex Perez, both Spider-Man Brand New Day and Vision Quest will set up Secret Wars, meaning that Marvel is once again forcing fans to complete homework rather than delivering a movie that is complete unto itself. Look, I don't want to hear the homework shit, bro. The movies being connected, everything being connected is what makes this shit kind of more special than what it is. Right? So the whole homework thing is not a good argument for me. It won't be homework if the movies and the shows are actually good. The issue is that they're not good. It's not like watching Iron Man 1 is homework for Avengers. No, it's just a good-ass movie that's connected. You know what I mean? So Brand New Day being connected to Secret Wars is a must because Spider-Man is part of the leading of the MCU. When the Marvel Cinematic Universe has new audiences really love the interconnectivity between movies, and it was downright fun to see different heroes pop up in other characters' films. Seeing Nick Fury and Black Widow and Iron Man 2 was genuinely fun. For example, as seeing Hawkeye in the first Thor film, this practice culminated in the Avengers, a fanboy's dream film that kicked off the franchise, one of the most successful franchises ever made. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's how we're supposed to do it. Yeah, it's not homework, man. That is what it's supposed to be, y'all. Yeah, you're supposed to want to see all the other movies attached. If they're not good, that's when they start feeling like homework. Okay, once again, Disney Plus began to crank out new Marvel Cinematic Universe shows. Many fans thought they had to keep up with too many things at once. It's just because it was trash. It's not that we got the free time to binge all that shit. You didn't watch your favorite show about 17 times. You had time to watch it. It was just trash. You now had to watch these shows to understand the movie. You really didn't. That's the thing that be pissing me off. Y'all act like this ain't a fantasy world. I don't understand what's going on. They have superpowers. None of this shit is real. You don't need to watch the other one to see what happened. You don't need to watch any of that shit to understand the Thunderbolts. Like, bro, you get it. They gave you a brief synopsis of each character, right? If you don't get it, you might be slow. That's all. For example, it was impossible to understand Scarlet Witch's villainous motivations in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness for any fans who didn't watch WandaVision. Not really. If you were a fan and you knew Wanda, you knew she was on some bad shit all the time. 2, they explained it in Doctor Strange that the Darkhold will corrupt you, and she's been using it for a minute. 2, she was never a good guy. Like, she came in as a bad person. She helped create Ultron. The only reason why she was rocking with the Avengers is because, if I can help fight and save the world. The only reason why she helped save the world is because she was on it, right? She only helped save the world because she was on the world, but she was part of help destroying the world. Wanda was never a good guy. Like, she ended up with the good guys and getting the clout and the fame and stuff, but they were doing that, hiding her as a weapon of mass destruction living amongst us. And yeah, anyway. Similarly, the entirety of the Marvels made almost no sense for anyone who hadn't watched the Miss Marvel show, which that's not true at all, which might be one of the reasons why this film, a sequel to Captain Marvel, a movie earned over $1 billion at the box office, was a complete catastrophic flop. Furthermore, both the existence of the Kang variants in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania and the TVA and Deadpool Wolverine made no sense to anyone who hasn't watched Loki. That's big cap, dog. That's big cap. Obviously, Miss Marvel was Captain Marvel's, she was her biggest fan. She happened to get powers. What's complicated about that? Like, did you really need to watch the other movie to figure that out? That ain't complicated. The TVA, okay, yeah. And Loki, and that probably wouldn't make any sense, but at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Nigga, we're not here for the TVA. It's a mulligan, organization. They're just there to keep shit going. Y'all putting too much stress on the things that don't even matter. And now they're talking about the birth of superhero fatigue. Look, man, there is no such thing as superhero fatigue. As someone who has been watching, superhero shows, movies, video games my entire life, I never got tired of it. Y'all just keep making shit that's not as good as the old stuff when we should be improving. You know what I mean? You watch sports, the players are getting better, right? As movies, the movies are getting worse. That's the issue. It's not the fatigue of the superheroes. They're the only thing holding up the theaters half the time, in horror. Previously, shows like Daredevil and Jessica Jones were almost entirely disconnected from the film, so fans could basically take them or leave them. The homework era of Disney Plus annoyed fans, arguably creating the superhero fatigue that has been plaguing studios for years. But the thing is, when they were dropping the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage stuff, I was waiting for their appearances eventually. I didn't think they were going to do like a bunch of cameos, but I figured they'd get 1, 2, positions in like maybe Spider-Man movie, like Daredevil and Spider-Man, and they pop up. And then they would do one big Avengers movie where they recruit the street level heroes to help them out. So at that point in time, all their seasons would have became homework. Like, no, that doesn't become homework, bro. If you a fan, you watching the shit. If you're not, you're not. If it's not good, that's where the fatigue comes in. Trash fatigue. It's not superhero fatigue. Kevin Feige will reportedly be addressing this fatigue in 2026 and beyond, but reports that fans will need to watch Spider-Man Brand New Day and Vision Quest to understand Avengers Secret Wars would mean that neither he nor his studio has learned their lesson about fans not wanting to do homework. And audience pushback against this may very well sink the blockbuster film that will be rebooting. Nah, the homework is not what's sinking it. It's the fact that the homework is trash, okay? Avengers Secret Wars. Obviously, we don't know yet. Secret Wars is hateful. Obviously, we don't know yet what degree Brand New Day Vision Quest will set up Secret Wars. It could be something as simple as introducing new heroes and villains that will pop up, like Sadie Sink's mystery character, who will be introduced in Spider-Man movie before returning in Secret Wars. Or these projects might just flesh out minor plot points, like when Spider-Man Far From Home explored what it was like for those who blipped back into existence. Yeah, y'all should have spent way more time on the blip, man. Y'all should have spent way more time on the blip. You know what I mean? Like, we should have got a movie or a series within the blip, but they just skipped over it. But this thing got 72 comments. That's crazy. Let me go ahead and read some of these. Come on now. My computer going slow. I can only imagine how hard it must be a casual Marvel fan and not interested in watching most of the content being released 2 to 3 times a year because it's too hard to keep up. This isn't the Arrowverse. The Arrowverse was harder to keep up with because they had 22 episodes a season, and then they would do the crossover episodes where it was like every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, back to back, but you had to go into Arrow, watch Arrow. Then you had to watch Supergirl, then Flash, then Legends. And it was like, it was cool when you watching it on TV, but once you hit streaming and they get over those crossover episodes, it's very confusing to go try to look for which Supergirl episode. The seasons aren't even lined up. So it would be like Flash season 3, Supergirl season 1, episode 8 on both seasons. It became complicated, especially once you get like 6, 7 shows. The Marvels, you had to watch 2 shows, both WandaVision for one character and Miss Marvel for the other. Some superhero movies do just fine, Spider-Man, anyone, but these secondary B, C characters aren't supposed to be the primary story drivers. Those are what people are tired of. Vision Quest, another Disney Plus homework assignment that will use to drive the movie and plot point. I'm going to put it back on that. Spider-Man, anyone? Spider-Man introduced 2 different Spider-Mans in the movie. Now, if you didn't see the Tobey Maguire Amazing Spider-Man, you wouldn't know who he was. You wouldn't know who the villains were. You would have had to do homework. But the movies were good, so it's not really homework. That's the whole point. There is no superhero fatigue. This fatigue second-rate superheroes. The next Spider-Man will do fine. I hope so. Because the reason why the last Spider-Man did well is because y'all had the cameos and the nostalgia, not because y'all wrote a good movie, because y'all had some good actors hold it down. I don't think it's homework causing superhero fatigue. It's oversaturation. Disney is doing the same thing with Star Wars. Both Star Wars, Marvel movies, and TV shows used to be something special. They used to be something rare that audiences look forward to. Disney got way too greedy and started pumping out too many movies and TV shows. There were no longer anything special, and the quality control plummeted. Man, preach. You know what I'm saying? Preach. That was the issue with y'all stuff, is that one thing works for one movie, so they're gonna do we're gonna do this on every movie. It's like, bro, no. If you make a good dish, right? You know what I'm saying? You made a good, chicken and potatoes and some vegetables. You made a good meal. You can't serve that people that same meal every single day and expect them to be like, yo, not get sick of it. Switch it up. One of the things about Marvel that was refreshing when it first dropped was that there was comedy in it. It was like, oh, it was a little bit funny. Like it was different. Now it's been oversaturated. Now it's been overused. You know what I mean? Some of the movies could be funny. Some of the movies could be funnier. But if you don't have comedians or actual funny actors, don't do it. The shit still needs to be dramatic. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I'm not gonna read all these comments. Y'all let me know what y'all leave. Y'all leave a comment, all right? Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. I'm out.
Don't play with my patience. Man, they gone with the flow when they tryna fake it. That's not the way I roll, that's not the combination. You start off with the dough before you start the conversation. No one start the salutations, man, don't play with me. I'm coming from a place they would hate to be. I'm going through a phase you would hate to see. They say this life's a trip. Ain't no telling where it's taking me. When you on the edge and you make your next move, better be your best. Before you throw it to the depths, better reinvest. Man, I count every moment and count every step, so I know I'm blessed. Now